Welcome back to the garage, y'all. We are doing it up right today. We got the joiner out and we're doing up some cherry jams for a doorway for a remodel that I started. So it's been a while since I really did a real video, so I'm gonna kind of give you a walk around and show you what's going on in the garage. Well, in the garage's house. So first, let's take a look. Yep, that ain't changed much. It's gotten a little more organized, but that ain't changed much. So we're gonna take you over here. These are some windows that I'm taking apart that came off the front of the house, and we'll get around there in a bit. But I had three big old honking windows. This is the tops. These are the side rails, so I gotta cut them in half and put them in the old recycling. So let's walk around here and see what we got. So the first thing we got is this big old honking mess. Well, it's not really a mess. We replaced our furnace and we put a central air in along with it. We were hanging 3 AC units out this bad boy. Not this one window, but this house. This window looked at a carport. Nobody wants to look at a carport. So we decided to close that one off. And then the front, that's where those big old 3 honking windows were. I would say from here to about here. Almost all down to at least right there, maybe a little higher. So we yanked that all out, and I'll put some pictures on the end of the video too. So we yanked them windows out. I framed all that up. And I said, while I was at it, we had some horrible roll-on texture on 2 walls. That's the poodle barking. He hears a fart and he barks. So we decided, since we went that far, that we'd go ahead and just re-drywall all the walls. Well, not all the walls, but, well, here. We'll start at the door. So we kept the door, changed the trim, painted it. It was green. This is the wall. So we just took everything off of this wall, two layers of plaster, and just re-drywalled it, trimmed it. This is curly maple. Curly maple. I got to urethane it. No stain, just urethane. I'm going to get everything a light sand and just urethane it. Was a little excited. Should have done that before I put it in. I know. But that's the wall right there that the window was in. Come out pretty good. And we also put in some new plugs. This house was built in the 50s. There was 1 plug on each wall. So I put 2 more plugs on that wall, another plug on that wall, and another plug on that wall. So I'll stand over here and give you the once around. So I just went over this. I just put 12 footers. And which gave me very few butt joints. So that's that. I've got wood cut already. We're gonna get 3 shelves here. They're gonna be made out of cherry. 3 shelves here. Boom, 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 made out of cherry. And those jams we're working on right now, they're gonna go right here. So I've got them all cut. I gotta sand them. I'm just gonna nail them in place. I'm gonna urethane them in place along with the window. And then and that way I can finish up the trim work, the baseboard and the casing. And I was thinking about putting some crown up there because my drywall finishing is horrendous. But it's not bad. It's getting better, I guess. Anyway, so let's go back outside and I'll show you what's going on with all the lumber. And the poodle's barking again. Because he can't make his mind up what he wants. He's smart, but he's dumb at the same time. All right, so we're doing the jams right now. Let me set the camera up here, and we'll show you what's going on. Where are we gonna put this bad boy at? We'll put it right here on top of the insulation. All right. So, cherry out there that I showed you, that's going for the door jamb. Then once that's in, we'll run the casing. The casing's right here. This right here, I'm trying to stay neat, y'all. Not the rag. All right, we got 6 of these shelves. Hand-hewn axe marks. Axe marks. Yeah, I said it right. Live edge. These bad boys were a beam out of a barn. I don't know whose barn, what barn. I just know it was a beam out of a barn. And since I didn't know the history of the beam, I figured I'd leave the history of the beam itself. The live edge, the hewn marks. So I've got these all cut to size and sanded with 40. I'm going to hit it with 80 and then 120. Now how they're going to be mounted is I've got these right here. They're also live edge. I'm going to do them just like that right there. And we'll glue them. We'll screw from the top, and then on the face right here, we'll line the studs up the best we can, and we'll run some lags, and I'll just leave the lags exposed. So that's how they're going to look. All 6 of them. One of them, I'll show you it right here. I mean, I had just enough for the shelves and for the jams. But this one right here had some crackage going on. So, we put some foil tape on the bottom and we epoxied it up. Now this epoxy's dried and it's soaked in real good. I'm going to have to put a little bit more. It's not quite all the way up, but well, yeah, we'll put a little bit more and we'll just run it through the plane or the joiner. I need to put blades in the plane. All right, so that's that. As soon as I put the jams in, then I'll start sanding on those. But I've got another shelf. Let me show you what else I got. I've got this big honking thing. Now, I was just going to put this up as a shelf just like it is, but now I'm not so sure because that bad mamma jam is thick. So this is going to be a shelf. Well, I'm going to call it a feature shelf on a wall with some special artwork. So we're going to leave the live edge, but I'm thinking about ripping this bad boy down the middle. It's like, at the widest point, it's like 10 3/4. So I'm thinking ripping that bad boy down the middle. I don't have a bandsaw, so we will be using a table saw and then my sawzall, or reciprocating saw. And getting 4 pieces out of this bad boy to make a shelf on a feature wall. Now, I've got a bunch of curly maple. I'm not going to bother showing all of it to you. I'll just show you the one that I messed up. This bad boy right here, I had 3 pieces of this given to me for helping them with their kid on a bus. And I ripped it in the wrong spot. It was supposed to be ripped right here, and I started right here. And losing that much ruined my length. So, luckily, I had enough that I got from a woodworking expo that I found some other curly maple. So I got enough. Well, now what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to make a new desk. It's for the wife's sewing stuff, but it's gonna be twofold. It's gonna be for looks, decoration, and functionality for her sewing and quilting and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is keep the live edge on the top, and let me get the sketch. I don't know how well you can see it, but that's kind of what I'm going for. It's just a rough sketch. But we'll make her a nice little desk, and we're going to use old treadle style sewing machine legs for the ends. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to brace it all off yet, but it's got metal wheels on it. They're going to have to go, and I'll have to have some kind of foot for the bottom of it. So, and then I'm going to make like 2 narrow shelving units with casters on them that she can tuck in. She wants like to put little fancy baskets and stuff on these little things, like 3 of them. So she can pull them out and put them on the end and do her thing. She's, you know, however she wants to do it, because she is the sewing queen. So that's it. The remodel is priority. Now, I'm going to have some scouting videos on here and getting ready for next year. I'm really going to start scouting some public lands. I've got access to private, not very much, but I've got access to private, and I'm going to see about getting some more private. But I'm thinking I like the challenge of public land, and I'm going to work hard on trying to find some big boys. So, and then the Jeep's engine blew up. The Jeep's engine's locked up, so I got to work on that. So I still have a lot on my plate, and a lot of projects that I want to do. But we're going to stay focused, get the remodel done first, then get the desk done, and try to work on the Jeep at the same time as the desk and get some scouting in. And I'm thinking about getting into a little bit of turkey hunting. I've never done it before. But it's time to get the fishing poles out. Yeah, buddy. So that's about it for right now. I hadn't posted a real video in a while. I just want to let you know what's going on. All the projects that I started videos on are done. We had some tables, we had some TV stands. One of them we didn't finish, and a couple other things. The coffee table's still over there stripped, but I've done nothing with it. I might finish that, I might just tear it apart. So I'll keep you updated on that one, but we're going to continue on with working on the cherry. I'm going to hit it with some sand in action, and try to get it up in place today. So, all right, y'all, that's it for right now. So get out there and make some sawdust or some drywall dust. If you like the video, please subscribe, like, and share. I really appreciate it. So y'all be good, make some sawdust like I said, and we're out of here. See you later.